In this tutorial I'm going to be talking about point styles. Points are the main basis of picking up any survey data in the field, and we use these points to create a variety of things, stringing lines together as well as creating contours. Anyway, the basis of just creating a point and going through a bit of information regarding points. I'm just going to put a simple point on my on a blank template. I'm just going to create it as a concrete shot, and I'm going to give it a height of 50.25. So as we can see, we have our concrete shot here. Now this point is actually showing you the point number, the code, and the elevation. There are other ways in which we can actually show or edit this point style. On your properties box, you'll notice that it's actually a Kogo point, and with it being a Kogo point, the current point label style we have is point number, RL, and code at 45 degrees. All of these things can be changed. There is quite a few that have actually been predefined to save you time if you're wanting to just show particular information on this. So for instance, you might just want to show the point number and nothing else. You might want to show the point RL at 3 decimal places. You may even want to just show excuse me, the point number and RL. You can also go in and edit these or create your own. So for instance, if I've got point number and RL at 45 degrees and I actually want to create my own, you can go create and edit, ticking on the little box next to the point label style. You can go in and go copy current selection. That'll then allow you to actually create a copy of it, but you may want to call this at 90 degrees. And in the general tab, you'll have your point number, and I'll have the point number. Sorry, I'll go back. If you click on your contents on the layout tab, in the contents there, you'll actually have the information here encoded of how it's actually shown. So if you click on the end of it, it'll actually bring up the box. So the point elevation here and the point number, we have your point number and point elevation. You can actually show all of these additional information. So you could actually show eastings, northings, raw descriptions, etc. So for instance, I'm going to want to show that at 90 degrees. So here we're going to show that at 90. If I apply that, and I know the information's here at 90 degrees, apply and click OK, and OK that. We now have that text information at 90 degrees, which is correct to that new style we have actually created only in this drawing. If you'd want additional ones that are constantly being used, you'd have to have that added to the actual template, save you any time and hassle. So I'm actually going to just turn that back to its normal code of RL code at 45 degrees. And as you can see, this is point 2. Points can be copied quite easily. They will ask you about the duplicate point number. You can just end up using the next point number available, and you can just apply that to all duplicate points. So that'll just keep going. For instance, so as you can see, they're all duplicate points with the duplicate they're all duplicate points. Anyway, if we were editing any of these, they are the wrong code or anything like that, you can actually quick select these by either, if it's a Kogo point and you needed all the concretes changed, you can actually click on the raw description and you can click on equals con, and you'll see all of them are highlighted. On the right hand side, all of these are actually now highlighted, so I could actually change this raw description to calling it a space hood level, and that would actually now go on spot HL. need to also change the spot layer for spot, hood, level, and they will now all be on their appropriate color and layer. Additionally, you can just select the ones that need to be changed if they've been incorrectly picked up in the field. Another quick tutorial within this I'm going to show you. I'm just going to show you on level, so we've got a layer 0. I'm just going to create an alignment of a polyline of, say, a gas pipeline that may have to be set out, and you've been given this by the client. So for instance, this is a setting out line that you have been given by the client, and we can now go to the points creation tool box, which looks something like this, and we can actually show the default information that'll end up showing. So what you can do is you can actually end up setting it. We know that this is going to be a setting out of the alignment. Prompt for elevations, it's going to be done manually, but we don't need any. And there you see, if you have all these things set up in the correct way, it's automatically set out all of your points for setting out. You'll be able to see these points. So we basically don't want to show any of the heights, so we're just going to go to Kogo points, and we're just going to change that label style to point. I'm going to just show it to point number and code. So there you'll see that we've actually now just got point number and code. We could go up to the prospector for see our points. We've got all our set out points here. Eastings and northings, you can just highlight them all, right click and export. Now we can export those points to the CMS uploadable points, easting, northing, Z and description. We've only got the, we only need to worry about the points, eastings, northing. The Z value is irrelevant, it'll go up with 0 anyway, so it doesn't really matter, and we can just export that as a CSV file for your jigger. That should give you enough information regarding points and exporting them, creating them, editing them,